Hey everyone, Sigam here. In today's video, I will introduce you to the Tactician Swordsmen lineups and help you build and upgrade them throughout the game. These heroes, even if some are harder to upgrade as free-to-play, can be played either as a free-to-play or as a spender, and just like Tactician archers, this formation revolves around its commander's active signature skill. They will do pretty decent early game thanks to Sun Tzu's fast charging commander skill, and will scale well later on thanks to the synergy he has with rings and with supports like Theodora. While Tactician Swordsmen are good, I believe they will be better at some point when new heroes are introduced, as some heroes like Philip lack a bit of depth to really make Sun Tzu shine. Let's see how to build them properly through hero combination, ring pairings, skills, gems and synergies. Let's dive in and start cooking. Our first army is made of Sun Tzu, Theodora and Philip, and unless you want a more free-to-play friendly alternative, which I will mention later on, this is the composition you'll keep throughout the game. Sun Tzu is unlockable through the wheel, and both Theodora and Philip are unlockable through the Hero Rally feature, where you can trade Empire coins for medals. They are also both showcased in the Heroic Expedition bundles and in the Kingdom's Horde Advanced Rewards. Both of them are available through these means only, which is why I mentioned earlier that it wasn't easy to upgrade them as free-to-play. However, you'll see that we can manage to make things work even as a free-to-play when we mention customizable skills and hero ranks. Similarly to Tactician archers, Sun Tzu does decent early game and his lineup revolves around his active signature skill, which has a charging state. Charging states are abilities that need 3 seconds before their effects are successfully casted. This means that a hero activating a charging skill will have to wait until his next turn for its effects to operate. These abilities are often powerful since they come with such a downside. Charging skills can be interrupted if you get silenced in the middle of it, but thankfully they can be skipped thanks to some customizable skills. Let's now have a look at our commander. Sun Tzu's commander skill is kind of a basic one and deals up to 380% strategy damage at max level. The first cast is extremely quick since you start with 100 rage out of the 150 necessary. This quick cast will allow Sun Tzu to rapidly enter his unique ultimate strategist state for 6 seconds, a status that will trigger additional damage for his signature skill. His signature skill, his main source of damage, has a high base activation chance compared to most active skills and has a charging state. It is a simple yet efficient skill that will deal strategy damage when activated, and this damage will be more than doubled if Sun Tzu is in the ultimate strategist stance. This makes Sun Tzu a decent open field hero, as his commander skill will very quickly force him into the ultimate strategist state and empower his signature skill. Regarding his stars, they are pretty bland and he would have deserved a bit more uniqueness, I believe. His first rank will increase his signature skill base damage by 40%, and his third rank, the most interesting one in my opinion, will increase its activation chance by 6%, which honestly is very interesting. His fifth rank is not that great, with only a 50% damage increase to the additional strategy damage from his signature skill. That makes Sun Tzu a pretty good 3-star commander, with his fifth rank being a small optimization you can aim for the long run. Theodora's signature skill passively reduces the damage your troops take and enhances your commander's signature skill every 3 times it activates. This is also one of the reasons why we'll play around Sun Tzu's signature skill. Her first star isn't amazing, but it still grants a slight tankiness boost by reducing damage from the first incoming commander skill. Her third rank is already more impactful, providing additional damage reduction, while her fifth rank is where she truly shines. At rank 5, she boosts your commander's signature skill every 2 casts instead of 3, while also amplifying the damage buff it provides. This rank 5 passive is strong and can make a significant difference in long fights. Philip's signature skill has a decent activation chance and has a charging state, just like Sun Tzu. It deals some damage, but truth be told, this skill's damage is not what we're after, but rather the second part of it. This ability will increase the enemy strategy damage taken for 3 seconds, which will indirectly buff our main DPS and commander, Sun Tzu. Philip's ranks are interesting. His first star is very good and will increase your signature skill activation chance by 5%. His third rank is not amazing since it's only a damage buff, but I guess it's better than nothing. His fifth rank on the other end is excellent, since it will further increase the opponent's strategy damage taken by a good amount, making it another indirect buff for Sun Tzu. For these two heroes, I would suggest upgrading Philip to 1 star, since it's a good rank to get, then focus on upgrading your Theodora to rank 3 for more damage reduction. let's now have a look at our customizable skills. We'll keep one epic skill per hero early on, as always. We'll keep Boulder Trap on Sun Tzu and Suppression on Philip. On both of them, we'll take Strategy's Master Gift. It's an excellent skill that will increase the activation chance of their signature skills by up to 15%, as well as increase their strategy damage by up to 30%. For Sun Tzu, this is important because we want him to spam his signature skill, and the damage increase is very good too. For Philip, we only really care about the activation chance bonus, since it will help him activate his signature skill more often, therefore debuffing the enemies more frequently. For Theodora, we'll keep Maneuver to help our commanders keep his charging state, and we'll take Immortal Army for the healing and self-purifying effect that will protect us from heroes like Hannibal who decrease attributes. That's about it for this early game lineup, but in case you want a more free-to-play friendly army, you can replace Philip by Cleopatra. I feel like she fits better with Hannibal, but in case you don't play him and want to play Sun Tzu, she's a good replacement for Philip. Her signature skill will increase Sun Tzu's strategy and might by a good amount for 6 seconds. The strategy increase is very nice for Sun Tzu, but the might increase is basically useless, which is why she's better with Hannibal overall. Her first rank will increase her signature skill damage, and her third rank will increase its activation chance. Her fifth rank is very good and will increase your commander's attributes by an extra 65, which will make Sun Tzu deal even more damage. Even if we don't know when Lost Borderlands will come to live servers, it's been teased by devs and will eventually come, at which point we'll be able to rank Cleopatra to 5 stars. Regarding customizable skills, we keep the same skills on Sun Tzu and Theodora, and we'll keep Sowing Discord on Cleopatra for the strategy buff, and we'll take Crushing Impact to reduce our opponent's might. Regarding which skills to prioritize, I definitely focus on getting Maneuver from Theodora to 4 stars, as we'll keep this skill until late game, then you can upgrade Boulder Trap. For legendary skills, upgrade Strategy's Master Gift on Sun Tzu first. Let's see what we can do once rings become available, and how to improve our lineup as time goes by. First of all, you can notice that regarding customizable skills, the only difference is that we added High Spirit on Philip, the reason being that we want him to cast his signature skill as often as possible to debuff the enemies, therefore increasing Sun Tzu's damage. We keep the purple skills Maneuver on Theodora and Boulder Trap on Sun Tzu. Let's see why. Usually people prefer taking Ultimate Strategy when they look for damage, but I'll show you why Boulder Trap is probably a better and cheaper option. If you compare both skills side by side, you'll see that the damage and activation chance are the same for both skills at max rank, which is pretty insane for an epic skill. It's also way easier to max out Boulder Trap since you only need 320 epic scrolls, while you need 590 legendary ones for ultimate strategy to obtain the same effects. The only difference is that Boulder Trap has a charging state, which makes it much less interesting than its legendary counterpart, but is it really? Let's see with our second purple skill. Just like Suleiman, I prefer not to take Flash of Inspiration on Sun Tzu for the same reasons. Flash of Inspiration on Sun Tzu provides an 85% chance to bypass the charging state for your own active signature skill, whereas Maneuver from Theodora offers a 75% chance to skip the charging state for all of your commander's charging skills. Firstly, maxing out Maneuver on Theodora is much easier since it only requires 320 epic scrolls, whereas Flash of Inspiration demands 590 legendary scrolls and a skill token to unlock. Secondly, Flash of Inspiration takes up a valuable skill slot in your commander's setup and doesn't deal any damage, while Maneuver occupies a slot within Theodora's skill set. Since Sun Tzu is our primary DPS, having Flash of Inspiration on him is a drawback, as we want his slots dedicated to damage dealing skills as much as we can. Maneuver is not only cheaper to upgrade for a nearly equivalent effect, but it also works on all of your commander's charging skills, whereas Flash of Inspiration only affects the active signature skill. Therefore, if I am to use a skill with a charging state on Sun Tzu, let's say, I don't know, Boulder Trap for instance, then Flash of Inspiration won't bypass its charging state, but Maneuver will. Similarly, if I equip Sun Tzu with a ring that has a charging state, like Azure Moon for example, Flash of Inspiration won't bypass it, but Maneuver will. That's right, with only Maneuver, Sun Tzu can skip his Boulder Trap charging state, his signature skill charging state, his ring Azure Moon's charging state, while Flash of Inspiration would only skip his signature skill. On Sun Tzu, it's therefore very important to have Maneuver on Theodora, because you'll be able to deal much more damage with him than you would normally be able to if you were to take Flash of Inspiration. It's also worth noting that you can take High Spirit instead of Boulder Trap on Sun Tzu if you really want to emphasize on his signature skill ability and only rely on it. Regarding rings, this lineup has a lot of very good legendary ones that fit well and empower your commander's damage. The first and most important one to get is Azure on Sun Tzu, because of the damage it will do and because the charging state is nullified by Theodora 75% of the time. We can take the Ring of Clover and the Ring of Falcon for additional tankiness and sustain, while we wait until we can unlock more fitting rings. These two rings are generic ones and fit on most lineups, so you'll be able to use them on other armies when you unlock more legendary rings. Your next priority to upgrade your army should be the Skyward Knight ring, which you should equip on Theodora to boost Suleiman's damage output and enhance the activation rate of his signature skill. Theodora deals no damage, so the drawback from the ring is not important. Finally, once you've gathered enough tokens to unlock everything, go for the Everflame Wings ring. This powerful ring inflicts a burn state on your enemy, increases the strategy damage they receive, and even has a chance to silence them. It's a pretty hard lineup to build, but Azure Moon alone is only 1600 ring tokens, and you can manage pretty well with Ring of Clover and Ring of Falcon, while you slowly grind for the other legendary rings. If you don't have Philip or don't want him, you can also play and upgrade this lineup the exact same way, but with Cleopatra instead. Here's what it would look like at the final stage once you have everything. Same rings, same skills, and we have double attack on Cleopatra to force her to apply a signature skill more often. Let's have a final note for gems and talent trees before ending this video. Regarding gems, for Sun Tzu and Philip, focus on using gems that will increase your active skills damage, your troop capacity, and your hero strategy. For Theodora, you can use gems that will increase your healing effects, your troop capacity, and your strategy. For Cleopatra, use gems that will increase your secondary strike damage, your troop capacity, and your strategy. Let's now have a look at some talent trees you could be using for these lineups. I usually follow the same basic rules for talent trees. I avoid anything related to tribes and gathering whenever it's possible. For strategy heroes like it's our case here, I focus on getting strategy. Always get anything that increases your base defense or attack, like normal attack and skill attack bonuses or normal attack and skill defense. Always get troop health, attack or defense whenever you can. I personally focus on taking attack and defense bonuses during solo world battles, aka open field, instead of rallies, because at my stage of the game, rallies are not often launched since my server is at peace and cross-server events are open field only for now. However, if you are early in the game and are still contesting forts, docks, cities, etc., you can choose to take rally offense and defense instead. Finally, if you have spare points, you can choose armor here to get a bit more tankiness, like I've done for Theodora, Philip and Cleopatra. If you like this guide, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I'll try to answer you to the best of my ability. If you want to try Age of Empires Mobile, you can use my link in the description, and I hope you'll enjoy the game as much as I do. If you want to play on PC, I have a BlueStacks link in the description as well. Bye everyone, and see you soon for the next guide.
Get the fire aglow. Sons of Strategy is the first to show. We're chopping through foes, slicing real fine, mixing Theodoras, healing in the brine. Pouring the power, let the flavors blend. Fill it for spice, gives that extra bend. With swordsmen searing in the pan, we got a lineup better than any clan. Stir it up, heat it high, watch the flavors fly. The art of war sizzling in our stir fry. Sun Tzu's burst, Theodora's heal. The buff makes enemies kneel. They said you can't cook with strategy, son, but I've been stirring pots since battle's begun. The art of war's not just for scrolls, it's a recipe to conquer, even in bowls. The secret sauce, I charge up fast, skipping the weight, my skill will blast. With Theodora's boost, I'm quick to fry. Philip's flavors make opponents cry. Stir it up, heat it high, watch the flavors fly. The art of war sizzling in our stir fry. Sun Tzu's burst, Theodora's heal. Philip's the buff makes enemies kneel. for that perfect taste. Azora moonshines, no time to waste. Theodora's maneuver keeps us in line, while Sun Tzu's boulder trap works just fine. Falcon ring and clover add a bit of crunch. Scoured Knight lifts our skills to a punch. Everflame wings for that smoky zest. With every deduct, our dish is the best. Gems like salt we sprinkle in flair. Strategy boost, damage up we prepare. Each hero's flavor mixed just right. Our swordsman lineup, it's a feast of might. Stir it up, heat it high, watch the flavors fly. Sun Tzu leads the way, the art of war stir fry. Theodora's heals, Philip's spice. Together they serve victory on ice. Now the dish is done, we feast tonight. A tactician's lineup cooked just right. With heroes strong and strategies keen, our swordsmen stir fry fit for a king.